with Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, real quick, since we're all thanking JoKoy for stuff today, I had the honor and pleasure of going to Yojie Shabu Shabu in Las Vegas.
Shabu.
And boy, oh boy, JoKoy treated us so right. He was so generous.
Yeah.
We walked right in and got a table, Adam. I don't know what's been wrong with you.
He cut me off on my 11th pound of meat.
Yeah, that was pretty
could not eat any more beef.
Adam ate all of the meat.
I ate all of
the meat.
Not the market price
here's the
meat.
thing. We have this thing called Wagyu, right?
The best.
And it's the best. It's about $100 a plate.
It's almost creamy. It's so
it's creamy. It
tender.
melts in your mouth. And, I sell about maybe 2 a day because it's very expensive. Adam had 5. 5 to 6. And then you hit the gong because, it's a special occasion. When you buy the Wagyu, you hit the gong and everyone's like, yay. Even the cooks are like, holy shit, someone bought it. 5 fucking times this man hit that gong.
I was overserved on a private flight.
Yeah.
So when I hit when I hit the Shabu Shabu, I was already a little bit out of shape.
From a 40-minute private flight?
Delicious. From Detroit, thank you. Coming in hot, by the way, speaking of JoKoy, available now on Netflix. Very funny stand-up. I mean, it's half stand-up and half rock and roll concert. It's awesome.
And I felt like a rock star because I took one of my best friends who's Chinese and friends who are Hawaiian, and they're very familiar with Joe. So the fact that I know JoKoy and I'm like, let's go to Joe's restaurant. I look like a massive stud. So, Joe, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was awesome.
You're very welcome,
Okay.
Gina.
So, there we are.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, we had a blast. Oh, my God. It was so great. And we had the green tea, white chocolate fondue.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Let me ask this.
Oh, boy.
Our parents, you know what I mean? We're getting to the age, we are at the age when we're at our parents' age, when we were younger, they were our age now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My parents and or my dad and his friends would be like, we're thinking about going to Arby's maybe next year, but I mean during the day, not at night,
Right.
not at night. Not at night.
It's on the tape.
We're thinking about we're thinking Wednesday, but Herb says Thursday is probably a safer day. But the Arby's 4 miles from here, so we're going to circle on the calendar, but we're not going to do it with a pen.
Yeah, just pencil.
Now again, not this year, but we're looking first quarter. 1977.
Yeah.
We're thinking about the Arby's. What are we doing? Just out going places and doing things
Having
and
Wagyu.
getting on airplanes and
That's
eating
so
yummy
true.
food. What the fuck were they doing?
Yeah, what the fuck, Adam? Seriously.
We're just sitting in a box all day, staring at a black and white
seriously.
TV, talking about. Well, look. All right, we got it's gut check time because Swanson Hungry Man comes in. Salisbury steak. They also have the turkey with the trimmings.
The cranberry
but again,
crumb.
we're not now. Thanksgiving is coming up in 4 months, so we don't want to ruin that meal. So that may be off the table. Then they have the chicken. They have they have the fried chicken. We can do with that. Banquet makes a good lasagna.
Oh, my
we got to
God.
think about
So
that.
good. Yeah.
We're not going to do both.
No.
And we can do the pizza on the French bread. It's not going to be like
Stouffer's.
pizza. Yeah, it's not going to be good.
Yeah,
it's going to be
it's not
super
gonna
doughy and chewy. And
But it looks
Cut
cool.
your mouth.
Yeah.
You're going to cut your mouth trying to tear it apart, but that's what we got.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
No.
We're not worth anything. There is no Wagyu. There's no we're
Never.
going here. We're
Never.
doing that.
No.
We're going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, what we've done collectively in this room in the last 4 days. You were in Maui. You were in Vegas. My dad's never been to Vegas. You were in Hawaii as well. I was at Laguna Seca in Monterey racing a car. Collectively, in the last 4 days, we've done more than my entire family tree has ever done.
This is so sad.
What was their thing?
What
What's
was it?
going
Oh my God.
on? Why was leaving the house
I
such
don't
a hassle?
understand.
Was everything that expensive? Why was everything? Nothing was on the menu.
Nothing.
We never ate anywhere. There was-
Literally, nothing was on the menu.
no one ever said, hey, I hear there's a great Greek place that's a new, it's opening like on the west side. We should go.
Yeah.
No, there was no checkout. There was no restaurant talk. There was no I hear this or I
Nope.
hear that.
Nope.
Once in a while, there'd be like, Billy Jack's going to be in the theaters next month. We could save up and see a matinee. But there was no enjoying or exploring life of any kind.
Nope.
I get it. You know, air travel was different and things were a little bit different, but no wanderlust at all. No expression of leaving the house,
Quality of
enjoying
life.
or doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just going to sit here and we'll talk about shit that needs to be done. Like, I got to rebuild that trellis. Not today. When it cools down, I'm going to work on the trellis.
Every restaurant outing was centered around someone's birthday or some occasion. Like, that's the only reason you ever went out.
Not only that, then you sat down, and it was like, don't even look at the right side of the menu. Do not even.
No appetizers.
Yeah, don't look at the appetizers. Don't look at the drinks. Well, here's the deal. You can get a Shirley Temple if they refill Shirley Temples for free, but if not, you're getting iced tea because that they refill.
Refill it.
Tap water.
Tons of rules around the menu about what can be ordered and what can't be ordered, and like sometimes you'd go, well, I want the onion rings and the French fries.
Okay, Mr. Rockefeller.
Your Highness, you're not getting both.
Yeah.
Like, what were all the rules about? The rules with shoes.
Yeah.
What's the shoes? Take the shoes off. Don't come in the house with the... No, you don't wear those shoes in, or you're not going to take those out. Or the containers, you take glass walking out into a patio. God forbid you walk out in a fucking patio holding a glass Rams cup. You know what I mean? Like, where are you going with it? Get back in the house. You know, like... What were all the rules? What was all the go nowhere? What was all the imposed misery?
What was that? What the fuck was that? Like, I can't even remember. And I'm not exaggerating. I still know the one restaurant my dad finally took me because it had endless fries, and it was Red Robin. Red Robin. And he couldn't stop talking about how you can order as many fries as you want. Keep getting those fries. I to this day, I still remember it. That's the one fucking thing I remember. My son, he can't even count how many times I've taken him out to eat. We'll eat twice in one day.
On what continent with that boy?
Exactly.
And like, when's the last time you really said, I'm like, son, you march your sweat jacket was put on the dining room table. You march back in there. You get that sweat jacket. You hang it up, and you're like. My kids come home and throw shit over their shoulder and then yell at Olga, bitch, pick it up. Yeah. And they just walk in the room and slam the door.
Not respectful.
They literally, there's no.
They call Olga a bitch?
Oh,
what bitch? She was eyeballing Natalia.
She has a mean right hook. I wouldn't.
That's the kind of kids we live. My son has blamed the housekeeper for stealing his clothes.
Oh, God.
I go, you're a fucking piece of shit. I said that to my son. Don't you say that about them. I think they stole it. They're giving it to their kids.
My nanny smacked my daughter for spitting on her. I was like, good, smack her anytime you like.
Yeah.
If she spits on you again, you whack her again. Guess who stopped spitting on nannies?
Natalia.
That's right. They say that stuff doesn't work, but it works pretty good.
Effective.
Spare the
pretty
rod,
immediate.
Effective. Yeah, I don't know. Eating out, going out, doing things. Forget about the Hollywood Bowl sing-alongs and all the shit that everyone's out experiencing live. Oh, we're going to the graveyard, and they got a big inflatable screen up, and they're showing Phantasm. We're all going to get high and watch. Like, we never did anything. There was nothing. I don't think my dad had a bottle of booze or a Playboy in the house. He just sat on a sofa stuffed with horsehair and watched a black and white TV set and waited to die. I didn't know if the TV was on. I think he was just looking at his own reflection.
The Black Mirror.
That is so true. I think my mom has been talking about retirement since she was 39.
Yeah,
39.
Oh, that's the other thing, too.
I'm getting ready for my retirement, and I'm putting money away. Make sure you have insurance. I'm like, fuck, you're 39.
Lots of non-thoughts, we're thinking about a new shower curtain.
Yeah.
But
about to pull the trigger.
Mom, she told me to slow my roll. We're going to wait on this one. But we're going to make a decision in the next 4 years. That's for damn sure. Everything was a big ticket item. Yeah. Oh, if the dishwasher broke or something broke, it was like, oh boy, now we're screwed.
Now we don't have a dishwasher.
We're really not leaving the house. Yeah. We're going to have to skip some lunches now because of this. Lots of thought over where you could get something and not just hopping online and having Amazon drop it off at the house. And everything was a big deal. Food was a big deal. But every kind of experience was a big deal. I get the part where technology and resources and money. But what about the experience part? What about where you just leave the house and you go we're going to Yosemite for 3 days. Why not? It's free. You camp.
Nope.
No, nothing.
No, that's gas.
No.
I need my gas money.
That was right. My mom had look. There's no advice my mom ever gave me, but there are two things she said that I'll never forget. One is I explained to her one day. I said, "Why don't you get a job so you don't have to get on welfare?" Because everything was always like, I'd go, "You think I could have just one singular corn nut?" She'd go, "Look, we don't have money. We're on welfare. We don't have money." That was the answer for anything you wanted to do is we don't have money. So at a certain point, I said to her, "Why don't you just get a job and then we'll have money and then we could have we could do stuff. And she's like, I get a job, I'll lose my welfare, which is, I remember very clearly. And I also remember another super depressing thought when I finally sort of figured out gas mileage. Like, we can't drive there. Gas is expensive, gas. And I was like, you got a VW Squareback, gets 20 miles to the gallon. Teddy Lewis lives in Van Nuys. It's 6 miles away. You get there and back, it's half a gallon of gas. It's 50 cents or whatever. And she was like, every time you start the car, it costs money. Every time. Belts, oil, fluid, tires. Yeah. Like every time you start the car, it costs money. And I remember kind of thinking like, well, she does kind of got me on the gas because I just had it at the gas. I was 45 cents worth of gas. Yeah. But yes, I can't factor in wear and tear on rings and bearings and seals and other internal engine parts.
But she did eventually get you to stop asking for anything, so she won.
What was that whole... And why is it okay for you just to be a full-blown bummer in front of your kids all day, every day? Like, JoKoy's your dad. What?
Jackpot.
That's the lottery ticket, man.
Yeah.
Right?
They live the life.
Jesus.
The life I never had. That's
God
the
damn
truth.
it. I know, but okay.
Never a vacation.
It's money.
You got me so mad right now.
Fine, it's money, but why did everyone have to be so uptight about everything?
I don't know, man. What was that? We never took a vacation. Ever.
If you ran somewhere, someone would yell, slow down. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, not in the house. Come on now. Come on. Whoa, outside. Take it out. Like, if you did anything, it'd just be like, go outside. Come on. What are the rules for? I don't get. My kid runs by me in the hall. I'm like, good, get your hustle on. Yeah. What do I care? One of my fucking daughter's friends went by me in roller skates at my house the other day. I was like, what the fuck are you roller skating inside my house? Like, yeah. Oh, okay. It's got a hardwood floor. Why not? Like, why was everyone so crazy and scared? What was that? But they were 45 years old. Why were they so stupid? Why were they so tight? Like, how come they didn't learn anything? How did they know how anything worked?
Why were they acting old when they were very young?
Yeah, that's it.
What was that?
Also, it's not
curmudgeonly.
Like you could open a Playboy from 1977 and see pictures of people with cool stereos and going on vacation,
sunken living rooms,
on beaches and shag carpet and stuff. Why? Well, you didn't know this existed? You could buy an MG or a two-seater convertible. Like there were sports cars. It was not Roman times. Like why didn't you know any of this? How come you didn't indulge in any of it? How come there was none of it?
What was that?
You didn't. How come neither one of our dads went? Oh, I'm looking in this magazine, and that Triumph TR6 looks like a pretty sporty car. I should see. Maybe I could buy a used one or something. Like nothing. Just nothing. Just nothing.
Nothing.
The fuck. And
they hated the yuppies.
If you had,
my dad always hated yuppies.
If you did have parents that were fun and did drive sports cars, they had to be alcoholics.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis.
There was no in between. It's like super boring, sit at home, or it's great, but the guy's a full-blown lush and he's banging his secretary and it's a mess. All right, sorry. I don't know.
That was a good rant.
What was it? Why? But again,
they always blamed it on the baby boomers. That's what they always said. Like during that whole baby boomer generation, they were always like, we know what poor is and we never want to be poor again. So that was that whole mentality. But I was just like, really? You don't even take us to the movies?
That was their
never took me to a movie.
No,
never.
Going out to eat doesn't make you poor or mismanaging finance. Like saving $18 doesn't mean you're going to be rich.
Yeah.
Like it's a bad math. All right, sorry.
All right.
That was fun.
That was good. That was cathartic.
That felt
good. So I mentioned this yesterday, and I literally just heard it on the way in. So here's a little more information. So just 2 days before he reportedly hanged himself in a Manhattan jail cell, convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein did sign his will, which was filed in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It shows that he was worth more than $577 million. And a state lawyer told the New York Post that, quote, it's pretty boilerplate. It's what we call a pour-over will, which means everything pours over to a trust. It's done that way for privacy reasons. And then some people speculate that it'll be harder for Epstein's victims to collect damages.
He had a brother, right?
I don't know.
I heard that he had a brother.
I heard his name was Juan.
His brother. His brother just rented an apartment from him or something. That's all.
Okay.
Juan Epstein.
When you're
talking sweat hog?
Yeah, he's a sweat hog.
Took me a minute.
When you have $570 million, you still charge rent to your...
That's a good question.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
I think the brother was trying to create as much space as he could between the pedophile brother and himself, and I think he was basically saying, like, he was my landlord and I was his tenant. That was it. That's
so
as
you
far
couldn't go
as
to the Oakwoods if you wanted to create.
we got. Yeah. As far as we got.
So the source said, he wanted to remain anonymous. He says, what's more unusual is the date. The fact that all this was done just days before he died. He probably knew he was going to take his own life, or he could have been murdered in jail. He could have thought, I need to get my ducks in a row. Mm-hmm. And of course, we talked about the mismanagement of that prison and how guards weren't guards and they were filling in for other people and they weren't checking on anyone. So it was just complete dysfunction and disarray.
Well, the thing about running prisons is, like, if you run a hot dog on a stick and you're taking a dump in the lemonade pump, somebody's going to drop a dime on you. You know what I mean? Because you got regular folk walking around the mall or the promenade, and word's going to get out. When you're in a prison, first off, where are you going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone there is literally locked up. Like, they can't just go, I'm going to go to a new prison and I'm going to tell them about what's going on in this prison.
Yeah.
And also, who's going to believe a junkie with 9th grade education who spent their entire adult life behind bars? Like, who are you talking to? Where are they? And if you do talk to anyone, it'll be someone on my team who's fucking this prison up.
Right.
You're not going outside. So
who cares?
It stands to reason that they can go south and stay south for long periods of time. You can't really do that with airports because somebody passes through and they're like, this is the worst fucking airport I've ever seen. And then the next thing you know, they hop on social media and they call their local congressman or whatever. I feel like prisons can go.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're right. There's nobody to tell.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Yes. And then the reaction, when you do tell someone who does care, they go, I know, I heard it's the worst prison in the country. I go, okay, thank you for acknowledging this pit I'm living in. But that's all they do. They go, Rikers, oh, the worst. But they never go, Rikers, oh, I'm going to fix that shit. They just go, the worst.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Well, despite losing out on the Oscar hosting gig, Kevin Hart was the highest earning stand-up comic of 2019, according to Forbes. And of course, the follow-up question is always, well, what else is attached to that? Well, I'll tell you. The 40-year-old star made $59 million between June 1st, 2018, June 1st, 2019.
Got some work to do, Joe.
He was endorsement deals, Mountain Dew, Chase, other brands, a world tour, Netflix special in April.
What year was it? 2018?
2018 to 2019.
Okay. He was in a few movies in that time, too.
Perennial top earner Jerry Seinfeld, second in line, $41 million, followed by Jim Gaffigan, Daily Show host Trevor Noah, and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Nice.
Amy Schumer, only woman on the list. She was number 7. Others on the list, Aziz Ansari at number 10, Jeff Dunham, Terry Fader, Amy Schumer, Gabriel Iglesias, Sebastian, Trevor, Jim, Jerry, and Kevin. And Joe.
Watch Kevin's do stand-up and stand-up specials and never quite get it.
Yeah.
I get the performance part.
But not the setup punchline part.
I don't need setup and punchline, but at some point, you got to bring it around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a long story about how crazy his uncle is and then an impression of his uncle and stuff. But it never really feels like it
tied up
turns into something. Now, is that me, JoKoy? I'm not here to talk smack about fellow comedians, but if you made 50, 60 million bucks,
guys, we have to stick together.
I suppose you'll be fine.
I love it. Welcome to the community, Bob.
I feel like he's a wonderful performer, but I never quite know what he's talking about. Like, even when he does, like, I watch him like host SNL and like go out and just do 7 minutes at the top of his stand-up, and when you watch it, it's like it's not really. I feel like we're not sure where the joke is. You thoughts, JoKoy?
Kevin's been a friend for a long time. That's his style. Everyone has different styles, so I never like to critique on other people's style of comedy. I feel bad. I'm taking that side.
Well, I'm not even really.
It's just that's always been his style, and there's an audience out there that loves that style.
Can we turn the mics off? Actually, go ahead and say what you feel, Joe.
He's a great storyteller.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. I'm not really trying to bag on him. I just feel like it's ironic that he's the top earning stand-up comedian, and probably if you laid his act out in transcript form, you would not. Yeah. You would not know what you're reading per se, but
long form.
I guess that makes him a great performer.
Well said.
Well, you got to be a great performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
he has quite a following.
Yes.
Loyal following.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of loyal following, former Philadelphia Phillies All-Star Lenny Dykstra will be stepping into the ring for a celebrity boxing match against the Bagel Guy in Atlantic City next month.
The Bagel Guy.
The Bagel Boss. The guy who went into the Bagel Boss, that 4 foot
that's
tall.
going to be a great fight.
Well, yeah, we're going to pay-per-view it over at Joe's place.
Yeah, that's a great
let's
idea.
go.
So
great fight.
According to TMZ, Lenny says he wants a second fight after Bagel Boss, calling out Mickey Rourke, who apparently there was a little skirmish, a little dust up a few years ago when Mickey said on the Stern Show how he was stiffed out of $30,000, and I guess it was drug related. At least that's what he was suggesting. But this is what Lenny has to say about fighting the Bagel Guy outside of the boxing gym.
Well, the Bagel Guy, but everyone hates him. So you know why? Because all he does is whine and cry. It's not our fault he's got a 1-inch dick, okay? The bottom line is, listen, he's going to learn about laws. It's going to be this and that. But the Bagel Guy, I'm going to make him, I'm going to humiliate him, okay? Because he needs to be humiliated. The way he walked in there all arrogant. Like, the guy's got his health. He's above ground. It's not our fault he can't get pussy.
Jesus, Lenny.
Selling tickets.
One of the most memorable guests since I have been part of this show.
My feeling is if you're going to hype a fight, you got to put your cigarette down before you start hyping the fight. Because I think you're a little less of an athlete.
Yeah,
You're
you
actually
got to show that you're
physically.
healthy.
Hold my beer, hold my cigarette. Let me go hype this fight. And then I'll come back for my baker's dozen of glazed donuts, my cigarette. I like to smoke cigarette through the bag.
Sure, of course.
Through the donut.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah. Oh, and the Bagel
Kind of
Boss.
sad. You know, there's a weird thing that goes on. It's like hot chicks didn't make it to Playboy. Like celebrity hot chicks didn't make it until it's like, can you believe what? Oh God, let's say I'm trying to picture like a hot 70s chick, like Joey Heatherton at 71 and still looking good, you know. And it's like, yeah, but I don't want to see 71-year-old Joey Heatherton in Playboy. I want to see 22-year-old Joey, but they won't do it. Right. And guys you'd like to see fight won't fight until they're done with their career and a mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
now
you see 56-year-old guys bashing each other in the head. I'd like to see some guys in their prime, but of course, who's going to fight in their prime? They're getting paid.
There's stuff going on.
Lenny Dykstra, the All-Star, would have been sweet.
It's kind of nails out there fighting. There's kind of a catch-22 of posing in the nude or fighting, which is by the time you get to that stage, if you're a celebrity, we no longer want to see it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or laughing about it. The Bagel Boss Bagel Company did send a cease and desist, so now we have to call him the Angry Bagel Guy.
Oh, okay.
So that's who he'll be fighting.
Boss.
Yeah.
I think they like that kind of publicity. Yeah. Wonder if the guys who sell bagels for a living knew any lawyers. Do you think they opened the phone book, or they just fucking
call their brother-in-law?
Just went home.
They're just bakers. I don't know why they would
found a mirror.
Oh,
yeah, the bagel part. Mm-hmm. Probably lawyers falling out of the ceiling, like Tom Cruise. Guy just made a noise. Probably like a tuning whistle. He blew into one of those tuning harmonicas, and a bunch of lawyers just fell out.
It was a shofar.
Shofar. Push your lawyers' ears like they're in depositions or in court.
So like meerkats.
Like a dog with head popping up. Oh, somebody needs a schmear.
All right. Fox News reports that a Welsh town is set to install high-tech toilets that'll deter sexual activity and all kinds of vandalism. And it's going to cost around $200,000. But listen to what this stuff can do.
Can I say this? In terms of your son, is he Joe?
Yeah, he's Joe.
Okay, Joe. Okay. Joe seems like a good boy. Got a fine head of hair on him. In terms of like behaviors for him to engage in as he's older, vandalizing a toilet. You know what I mean? Like what? I feel like it's like, really? You're first off, are you angry at toilets, or like what message are you sending society? Or like,
who started that first? Who's the first one to carve something into a toilet?
My thing is, like, get involved with the pyramid scheme. I understand. You know what I mean? Get another chick pregnant while you're engaged to another chick. Like, I get it. I get all of that. Vandalizing a toilet, really?
I'm
just going to take a bat. I'm just going to take an axe handle to a toilet so that other people can use this rest stop after I'm done. I'm going to use it first. Like, what? First off, how stupid are you? And then secondly, like, how insanely angry at you? You're whirling dervish of just anger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not yelling at your stepson. You're attacking a commode.
Little Joe comes out. Dad, I destroyed that toilet.
Or you're like carving. You get like a drywall screw, and you're carving your initials into the toilet seat. Like,
right.
Who is the person who vandalizes a toilet? And if you said to me, like, if I passed a car on PCH, if I passed a cattle truck, and it was just filled with teenagers, and it was just on that, like a truck to Auschwitz kind of thing. And I said, where are you guys going? PCH? And they went, we're going to the pier. And I'd go, what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to ghost ride this truck into the bay. And I'd go, but there's like, what is there, like 80 teenage boys in the back? What are you thinking? And they went, what'd those guys do? And they went, oh, they all vandalized toilets. I'd go, okay, let me run interference for you. I'll get people to clear off the pier so you can get a good shot at the end. Like, if they vandalize toilets, then I want them out. Who thinks that's a good idea?
Yeah, and there's not one person. There's a lot of them that do it.
Yeah.
And to carve into a toilet seat, you can't just... You literally have to get on your knees.
You got to get up in there.
You got to get on your knees. You have to have a palm, a little bit of your forearm has to rest on the toilet seat.
Yes.
To carve.
Yes.
And not all those seats are stable. They're loosey-goosey.
Right,
and then
so now you got to hold it with the other hand.
Yeah, it's not stable.
Then there's the guys that just, attack it with the bat. There's other guys who just kick it over. They're the guys that piss all over the toilet paper rolls that are like locked into the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Gina.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
why would you do that?
A great question.
These are fantastic questions because you can. I'm just saying... I don't know who these people are.
I don't know who they are.
We've got to put them in that truck and drive them
I'm
into
fine
the
putting
bay.
that guy into the truck. That's
I hear, hey, Gina, and I've heard this through the grapevine, that women are equally disgusting in the public restroom.
No way.
I've heard that. I've heard you guys are trashy bitches.
No, because now that so many restrooms are genderless, women are pissed. We do not, no pun intended, we don't want to use your bathroom because there's always toilet paper everywhere and pee everywhere and you guys smell bad.
I've heard you guys
Women's
are pretty
restrooms
bad.
aren't that bad. They might be messy with stuff, but
I
it's
hear
not
you guys
dirty.
spray all over the seats too.
How about this dude?
I've heard
does
that.
happen when chicks don't want to sit on
Yeah,
the
they don't
Can't
want to
pee
sit
in the
on it.
snow.
How about this dude? Possibly Dawson.
It's not worth it, Joe.
It's a long walk.
How about the people that do a decoupage of an ass gasket? They don't.
Their
they're
own
out
toilet
of
paper.
the ass gaskets, but they take 37 pieces and they cobble together a mosaic of an ass gasket. Then they take a dump
and leave it.
And when they're done, they're done. They're just done. That's their little offering for you. You may use it as well, kind sir.
Abandoned shit.
Yes, okay. Are you not, Dawson? You ever done that?
No.
Okay, good. I've seen that a few times, and it's like, okay, you're done with your shitting, but you've still left this composite of toilet paper here. Can you just go ahead and finish that off? I know you don't want to do anything else because you're done, but
You guys ever use the ass gasket, the toilet seat cover?
No.
No.
You do?
Yeah.
Huh?
After doing so many studies, reading so many studies about how everything is dirtier than a toilet seat, I don't care anymore.
My mom said to use that and then also put a couple of them in the water so it doesn't splash into you.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Because sometimes she says that water has particles of someone else's poop because it doesn't completely flush.
She was a nurse.
And and then sometimes some of that ass particle will go into your ass.
Oh my
And
God.
she said you can get something from that. That's
My
what
mom
she said.
said every
she goes, you
time-
can get someone's ass particle into your ass. Adam, when you're using the public restroom, when you sit down on you put the shit.
Yeah. Oh, the paper. Yeah, the wax paper.
When you put
the liner.
The liner.
Oh, sheet. Oh,
sheet. The sheet.
Sorry.
And then also grab a couple of them and stick in the water, and that way, when you shit, it doesn't splash and put more shit back into your.
Well, we never go out to eat, and we never go anywhere, like to the movies or the roller rink or the ice skating rink or to the restaurant or to any enjoyable events or shopping or anything. So what are the chances I'm going to be, maybe at the park, right? That's
I'm just saying, if it happens, are you listening?
I'm listening, but we don't
really
go
care
anywhere.
About me not beating you.
I've never shit outside of this house.
Well, if you do, are you listening?
Well, Are you listening? I'm 19. What are the chances I'm going to shit outside of this house? I've never shit anywhere outside this house because we don't go anywhere.
I understand. But the one time that you do.
You know where they have the liners? They have them at the movie theater.
I understand that.
Right. But we can't confirm that because we've never been in the movie theater.
I know that. I've seen it. Because when I was your age, I was enjoying the movie theaters and having a good time. And then when I have children, I made sure that you never had a good time.
So you get to see The Sound of Music, but I don't get to see Star Wars.
No.
Okay.
Because it's different. It's different.
All right, but
you don't appreciate anything.
I
don't appreciate anything.
You know the way that you get people to appreciate
This is how
things,
you always talk to your mother.
You expose
This is how you always talk to your mother. That's why I don't give you anything.
Yeah, well,
it's me. Do you work? Do you work?
I'm too young to work.
You're 19, aren't you?
I'm 19.
And you don't have a job?
No, I'm going to junior college. I want to be a comedian one day.
Yeah, that's a stupid job.
I'm going to show you.
No enjoyment in that job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to make the masses laugh and bring mirth to them and paint smiles on the faces of all who come to see me. And one day, people will know the name Joseph Coy.
Oh, that will never happen. That will never happen. You hear me?
Well, look.
I'm pulling you close to me.
Okay, sorry.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Is that a secrets? What smells weird?
Secrets.
That's how weird. Do you have a sore throat from yelling at me all the time?
No, I just use cough medicine as breath mints.
Trying to take the edge off.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to drop out of junior college, and I'm going to start doing stand-up.
Oh, good.
And one day, you're going to apologize to me.
I'm so happy.
And when I have a son, I'm taking him to Seattle home games. And I'm going to open a restaurant in Vegas. I'm going to have big-name celebrities like Adam Carolla come in and eat their weight in beef.
You were a dreamer, but boy, that last one right there. That one doesn't even exist.
I'm tired of drinking your powdered milk and eating your generic peanut butter.
It provides proper nutrients.
I want basic cable. I'm tired of 4 channels. I want entertainment.
So disrespectful.
Yes.
That is what you are.
And how about you go to an IKEA once every 20 years and get a new end table?
You don't like the furniture I had made from the Philippines?
No, it's stuff is made from apple crates.
That is rattan. Say it.
Rattan.
Rattan.
Yeah.
Say it.
But rattan.
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 It's the poor man's bamboo.
Oh, you son of a shit.
And see. Thank you. Very disgusted. Yeah.
Cathartic.
Yeah, I don't think my mom likes you.
What are we talking about?
Toilets.
Toilets. Who would vandalize a toilet?
I got to tell you about these toilets. So at any sign of any suspicious movement, whatever that is, sensors will automatically open the stall doors, sound an alarm, spray the guy with water. The floors will also have a weight-sensitive sensor in it to make sure there's only one person in at a time, so there's no sex. But good luck to anyone heavy set, because those doors are going to fly open. You're going to get doused with water.
One fat guy goes to scratch his knee and it sprays him and
ejects him. The toilets also deter those sleeping in them. They'll play a warning message. They'll have the lights and heating turned off. These are very fancy toilets.
What country is this?
Yeah.
This is Welsh. This is Wales.
They have a problem over there with
Apparently, they're also going to require a fee to use them. And Twitter users are worried about, the overweight and the disabled, and they're all going to get doused with water.
Yeah.
Didn't you experience the thing they in the UK? They installed the urinal telephone booth.
Yeah,
style
they have those in
things
San Francisco too
to stop people because they're having a public urination problem.
Yeah.
You know where it's the cleanest public bathroom? those little honey buckets.
What's a honey bucket?
The bucket, the portable.
The honey bucket.
I've noticed that the people that use those are very good at using it.
Yeah.
They don't pee all over the seat.
The fancy
They're
ones.
very respectful in there.
The ones that have sinks.
Yeah, like when you.
I was just talking about the green one that has blue fluid.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the VIP access at a carnival or like a festival.
Wedding or something. Yeah.
I will say this.
I don't see anyone vandalizing the public
those are nice.
porta potty.
Let me drill down in that commode for a second, because I just got back from the track, and that's kind of the weapon of choice over at the track. I'm very interested in human existence, because as far as that goes, the porta potty or porta sand, I guess they call them on the East Coast, most of the use for the fellas. Most of the use is urine. Not the overwhelming majority of guys are in there. They're drinking beer at the concert or whatever.
If you're doing number 2, something went wrong in your day.
You try to work it out if it's a concert or it's a sporting event or whatever, a race or something like that. You drink your coffee, you drop your deuce at home, whatever. Then you get there and you're drinking some beers, and at some point it's a 3-hour event or something. You're going to have to take a whiz. But if you take a dump, something kind of went wrong. Mm-hmm. Now, inevitably, something goes wrong for somewhere between 9 and 13% of the folks that go in there. And there is the deuce floating in there. And the worst part is all the people who have to take the piss have to stare at the floating log of the person that was there before them, which is horrible. Yeah. And those things existed for 80 years. And on the 81st year, someone said, why don't we just take a weird little plastic funnel thing, and we'll just pop rivet it to the side, and we'll put 3 foot of garden hose. It'll just go out the bottom and into the main hopper. And then
people could poop in there.
Right. You could stand there and take a whiz in that and not stare at the pot of perdition that's with the dukes floating around at the bottom. And it's oh, yes, that's the greatest idea I've ever heard. Why didn't they come with that 80 years ago? Because for the first...
Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, and then 10 years ago I started seeing it, or 15 years, now they all have it. But if everyone's taking a piss, and you don't want to pissing all over the seat and all over the whatever, why not that urinal in every single one, and why did it take 50 years to put one in?
Yeah.
They probably figured outhouses are outhouses, so we'll just take them with us. Yeah. They're fine the way they are. Yeah.
I do agree. It's always a weird thing when they have 5 of them lined up.
Yeah.
And you get there and you're like, I'll hit the middle one. And then you go, no, too easy.
Yeah.
And everyone's using the middle one.
Everyone's
going after the middle one. Then it's a 3-card Ponte, whatever. You go I'll do the one at the right. And then you go, no, that's just what they want you to do. That's what everyone does. This. They go for the middle one, and then they go, screw that. I'm going to go over here. That one's barely used. And then they go, no, go one in. Go one in. There's a strategy.
Math, Oh, speaking of this, I'm really into yurt life and glamping and stuff. Well, we used to be. But last year when we went yurt camping, I used a toilet in the middle of the desert with 2 walls. So not really enclosed in any way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you, it was the most peaceful experience ever. You're out in the desert, desert wind, and you can hear me peeing, and there's campers around, and I'm like, who cares? This is awesome.
If I was German, I'd start beating off right now.
This is the best day of my life.
It was great. It was really cool.
Did one of the walls have a door?
No, it was just kind of a cubicle.
I like it if there's just one wall and then a door that's just flat.
That would be funny.
I would still go through it.
2 walls. 2 walls. 1 hole. 1 decision. Gina Grad in the desert has to shit.
I can't. The idea. And then what happens is people vandalize all these things. And then you're in Hollywood and you have to use the bathroom. And there's the Middle Eastern guy behind the thing. And you're like, hey, man, could I use it? It's like, no, we do not have. You cannot have. We do not.
Because it's a sign right there for you.
No, they can't because people vandalize it and screw it up and do all sorts of insane. Yeah. Can I say this? I don't know. They say. I don't know who said it, but a great philosopher once said, you judge a society by its prisons, by its prisoners, Yeah. I'd replace that with bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I would with public bathrooms.
Yes.
I feel like when you go to Tokyo, you don't get that mess.
Nope.
You don't get that's a good, tight society there. You come out here, it's a goddamn shit show.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. All right, let me hit LifeLock, then we'll do one more with Gina Grad. USB charging stations at the airport come with a cost you can't see. USB ports pass data so cyber criminals can notify USB connections to install malware and download your data. Everyone's trying to steal your identity. Everyone's trying to download all your information. So many threats in today's cyber-driven world. Everyone wants to take what's yours. Good thing LifeLock Identity Theft Protection adds the power of Norton Security to help protect against threats to your devices you can't easily see or fix on your own. If there's a problem, their agents will work to fix it, but you won't have a problem because you're going to go with LifeLock. And again, it's 2019, people. You're out there all day. Your information's everywhere. You're shopping online. You're doing all that stuff. Now protect yourself with a LifeLock, right, Dawson?
No, prevent all identity theft or cybercrime or monitor transactions at all businesses. But LifeLock with Norton Security can see threats you might miss on your own. Go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code Adam for 10% off your first year. That's promo code Adam at LifeLock.com or 1-800-LifeLock for 10% off.
All right, let's do one more, Gina Gray.
All right. Well, since all of you are noted comedians and spend a lot of time in Hawaii, I thought you'd want to hear about this. Surfers are sticking large eyes on the bottom of their surfboards, and they're doing it because they think it's going to deter sharks from attacking them, according to Insider.com. So there's a company that sells these big eye stickers.
Nope.
Well, here's the deal. The technique is one of several being used by surfers to stay safe from attacks.
It looks
rare
more
but
like
fatal.
it looks more like a seal now.
But there's a reason for that there are big, wide open eyes. Great whites are ambush predators, and researchers believe that they are less likely to attack if they think they've been seen, hence these giant eyes underneath. Other methods of shark attack prevention include wearing devices which emit electromagnetic pulses, which cause sharks to convulse when they get too close. But most people are just sticking with the eyeball stickers.
You know, that makes sense. They had a thing for a while, Max Paddock. Oh, boy, here's a dive for you, speaking of diving. When they were all worried about shark attacks and everyone was worried about it after Jaws and stuff, they had wetsuits that were striped. They had striped wetsuits to mimic poisonous sea snakes.
Ooh.
Smart, I guess.
Okay.
Right. Which is fine. It keeps the sharks away. And it
Oh,
worked.
like horizontal stripes?
Yeah, they were striped like a sea snake, a poisonous sea
Mm-hmm.
snake. Now, the problem is many of the divers were raped by other sea snakes. So they didn't anticipate that.
Yeah.
You know, like, who's that hot new sea snake?
But given the choice,
But given
eaten
the
by a shark,
choice.
raped by a sea snake, it's an obvious choice.
Right. So there was thoughts about looking like a predator, looking like a poisonous predator or whatever that is. The sharks, when you see them breach, when you see Shark Week and you see them come up on those seals and go sailing, everyone who gets bit by a shark says, all of a sudden, I just felt this thing come right up.
Right.
I mean, that's how they roam. How they roll. They go deep. They see what they see, and then they go right up
Shoot
on
up.
them. So that makes sense.
Yeah, might work. Mm-hmm. By the way, I know I talk about this. I try to once a year. PSA: dolphins rape people.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone,
Yeah.
yes,
That's what the taxidermist was telling me.
they withhold food from female dolphins until they give into sex, and they also rape humans. And people say it's underreported because nobody wants to admit they got raped by a dolphin.
What?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's not noble like being raped by a sea snake.
No,
Yeah.
No. You can talk about that.
I'll tell everyone about
Hold your
that.
head up high, but
Yeah.
dolphin. It's like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's weird. All animals are horrible. They're all just rape everybody and do all the stuff we
Can I
don't
eat
want
you?
to
Can I
do.
have sex with you?
And
Procreate,
all they want to eat, they want to
Kill.
maybe if you're lucky, they'll fuck you and not eat you, but they're probably going to rape you and then kill you.
In that order.
And that's how we are. Like
Yeah.
we never stop beating ourselves up as human beings, but we're actually pretty good animals.
We do
You know what I
way
mean?
less raping.
Way
And
less
killing.
raping and
Way
eating
less.
each other.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
way
right.
less.
We should pat ourselves on the back.
Sea snake wetsuit, Max Zapata,
Yeah,
from like the 70s or something. I don't know
Oh,
if
even today, like I'm finding articles from 2013, 2015. But yes, sharks don't like to eat sea snakes, and also the lines break up your silhouette, and the sharks have
Right.
horrible eyesight. So
So you
that's
don't look like a
another
seal.
reason. Yeah.
It's weird, right? Although I guess if you're going to be underwater and saltwater your entire career, you might as well have bad eyesight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you had really good eyesight, you'd be pissed because
Pissed, yeah.
you're like, God, I'm under this super salty broth all day long. Yeah. Fucking beautiful eyesight for not.
Going to waste.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but I can smell a drop of blood
from a mile away.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
I have sucked a dick.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.